So if the stars in the sky really have this combination everywhere of life and death, one of the things that I'm most fascinated by are the ghosts. And there really are these wonderful, ghostly, glowing objects in the sky that are the consequences of stars dying. And when a star runs out of its nuclear fuel, it bloats up. It becomes really, really large for a while. And that's what Betelgeuse is doing right now. Betelgeuse is so physically large that if you put it in our solar system, where the sun is now, it would actually go all the way out to the orbit of Jupiter. It's that big. And our sun may not get quite that large, but when our sun dies, it will probably go at least out to Mars. So, one of the ultimate fates of the Earth may very well be for a little while to be inside the sun, and the mother sort of eating her children at the end. But then what happens is that the sun's gravity just begins to lose hold of those outer layers. It's gotten too big, and it drifts away. The nuclear fires are gone now. The star is dead, but it's still hot. It's going to take a long time for the core of that star, which was once millions of degrees, to actually cool all the way down. And as this dead, hot cinder slowly over many trillions of years fades to black, it lights up all of the layers of gas that are actually drifting away from the star. And every star does this differently. Every star dies in a beautiful, different way. Sometimes it has to do with the fact that there's more than one star, a binary system. And so the star will actually sort of puff out in a big butterfly shape. And because there's another star sort of constricting where the gas can go, going around. Sometimes it just goes off in a beautiful big sphere. And sometimes there are patterns and shapes and swirls that we really can't even explain. We know it has something to do with the magnetic field of the star and also the particle winds not made of air, but made of high energy protons, electrons. And they actually sculpt these gorgeous shapes that you could hardly believe are real. But there they are up in the sky. And these beautiful objects really are ghosts, that the star in the middle is dead. There's no more nuclear fusion going on. But you have these incredible shapes. They're almost too beautiful and too complex to believe. They're actually called planetary nebulas. And this is a little unfortunate because when astronomers first saw these, they wondered if it might be a solar system forming because they saw all of this complex glowing gas around a star. Is this how planets come together? They wondered many, many decades ago. And now we know that, in fact, it's the opposite. It's a dying solar system. It's a solar system slowly unraveling itself into space. So sometimes stars die violently in an explosion. And sometimes stars that are a little bit more like the sun die more gently. They simply unravel back into space. And in your body, you have not only the chemistry, the elements that were made from exploding ones, but from these gentle ones too. Carbon, for example, is very often made. Water, interestingly enough, the molecule water we often find in these ghostly corpses of stars. So I love the idea that you can look in the sky and you can see real ghosts.